review of last week's sales. The last thing I sent out was this on the Monday, £11.99. Tommy Tippy 3-pack. I said it was £4. It turns out it was £3. So instead of making £3, I made £4. Never mind, eh? Simpsons Hit and Run. This was I've got 3 copies. One's a I play copy. One's a I keep copy for my for my collection, and this was a duplicate. 4 Laura Ashley wallpapers. Not the nice ones, the ones I thought were boring. The nice ones have had some hits, but they are expensive. I put them up for 125. I've dropped them to 115, I think, and I'm accepting offers. £32 plus postage, £40. Frank Meadows Sutcliffe photograph. I hadn't sold any of these in ages, and then I sold 2 to the same person, which is nice. £15.45 for this one, and £14.19 for this one. They didn't ask for a discount. I didn't give them one, but I sent them in the same parcel. Nice strong box. Fast and Furious Slowdown, £4.99. Another one of these 33p. Wait until it sells. Who cares? Manhattan Plaza DS100 FreeSat, £28.15. Samsung BD F7500, which is nearly a year old, but I only listed it last week. I found it in my backlog. £47.95. Humax FVP 4000. I didn't think this would take long. £54.20. Delivered. Kate Bush biography. Found in my local village charity shop for 65p. Sold for £16 plus postage. £18.20. And then I'm starting with what's going out today. The end of last week, obviously, and then it rolls into the beginning of this week. 2 forks, £5. They were up for £5.99. I sent on an offer of £5 dead. No negotiation. Somebody bit. 2 forks plus postage, because they're a funny shape. You can't really put them through the letterbox. Well, you could put them through a letterbox. You can't get them into a large envelope, is what I mean. £9.20. So they'll be wrapped up in some cardboard and put in a box or something. Then I had an international sale. I had inquiries. I'm not sure whether it's the same person from the USA previously for this Playboy Mini Bunny Neon Light. It's officially licensed by the Playboy organisation, 2005, so not quite vintage yet. Genuine neon, not that neon that that LED that pretends it's neon. Genuine neon, pink, with a USB adapter and a 3-pin plug, but they won't need that. They're in the States, they can use their own USB adapter. £36.95. They paid over £65. I don't get to see that. But this is something that I've got to point out, and I don't like. eBay charges the customer sales tax. I get that, it's the States, they charge sales tax. But they put it on my money, and then they charge me commission. They're charging me commission on the sales tax they're charging somebody else. I don't get to see it. I don't see the sales tax. Nobody gives me the sales tax, but I have to pay commission on it. I pay commission on the full price of the sale. And then I pay VAT on the commission. Now, I'm not paying VAT on the tax because they've taken the tax off. So I'm not paying tax on the tax, which is illegal and immoral, and everybody knows that is something they're not allowed to do. But they're allowed to charge a commission on the tax and then charge a tax on the commission on the tax. Yeah, it's a bit of a dodgy deal, especially when I don't get that sales tax and I don't have to report it. And they don't have to report it. It's an international sale, so who gets it? Anyway, that's going out this morning. Oh, actually, it's afternoon now. It's just gone 12. And then Maxell Audio, another international sale to Switzerland. On the GSP. They paid another £20 on top, but that was £11.15 to me. So, price, picture price, whatever. Something else going out is this. Another one of those Panasonic chargers. This is the original number. I have maybe 3 or 4 more of these to dig out of the boxes. This came in one from a few weeks back where the actual machine's still working, but I'm selling it separately. I haven't listed it yet, but I am going to sell it separately. But I thought I'd put this on my listing because my listing was coming up to 90 days without having any on, and I put 2 on. And that's the first one that's sold. And that is the end of the week, which was not as brilliant as it could have been. 361.81. Yeah. I am hoping for more this week. It was pretty good sales over the weekend because people have been paid. And so we'll move on to what else is going out. Some Trivial Pursuits. Just a box of cards. $5.99. A couple of years ago I was selling these for $7.99, $8.49, running up to Christmas, but this is, it's fodder, innit? I mean, I've got like a big pile of them, and they occasionally sell. That's all you can say about those, really. Last of my XD cards that was on that listing, on my multi-listing. This one was $22.95, 256 each. Got to find some more now. Keep the listing going. Yamaha keyboard from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, nice. Went for $36.95 including delivery. $28.95 plus £8 because it's long. Yeah, it's still actually quite heavy as well. Over 3 kilos, I think. Another adapter. What happened to that? Oh, it's the one in the bag. There you are. I'll show you a picture because obviously that doesn't look much like an adapter. It looks like a, I don't know, chocolate bar or something. There's the picture and the price. $9.95 delivered. Don't forget that came out of a box, out of a bag, and so did that actually. Come to think of it, same bag. Where I bought a big pile of all sorts of junk for £2. It was nearly a big bin bag full for £2. Including a lot of electricals. Manhattan Plaza. That's it's a free sat. I had 3 of these. I had to clean the remotes and get them working. They weren't working, but they are now. And that was £20 plus £4.20 postage. And I did include a SCART cable. I also sold the Sony DVP 90. There you are, DVP SR90. Regions free. We had a bit of a negotiation because he wanted it for the price of a non-region free, and I've just told him straight, you're not getting it for that price because it's not non-region free, it's region free. You have to pay a premium. If you don't want to pay a premium, buy one that's not discounted and not converted. £21.20, that's £17, and normally it was 12 or 13, so I didn't make much more. And I've got to put a SCART cable in that because I said I would. It's currently got power cable, remote control. It needs a SCART. There's 3 or 4 just here. That's one, that'll do. There you go, sorted. And that'll go in a little medium box that I've got. And that was the end of what's going out today. So that's £256. Some of that is included in last week's though. Got to remember that. But up to now this week includes, oh dear, this week. So this week's money up to now, which includes yesterday and none yet this morning, although I already have sent some offers out. That comes to £150.21 for this week's stuff going out today. Yeah. So, not bad really. I've got a lot to wrap, which is great. I made a huge margin on these. Up to now I've sold 6 sets out of the £6.50 I spent in the local charity shop. I've got 1 set left, which is 4 knives, which I've just reduced from £12.50 to £9.99. And yeah, £9.99 for 4 knives, plus delivery on top. That £62 I've got back up to now without those knives doesn't include postage. That's my money. The postage money obviously is postage plus commission plus a bit for the wrapping materials. Well, that's just going to take a roll of cardboard and a bag. So, you know, wrapping materials, I suppose I could do it with a roll of cardboard and no bag, but I mean, it's been raining so much lately. It's raining now. It's been raining all morning. It rained yesterday, it rained Saturday, and that's another thing. Like I said to you before, I was going to go to York and it rained off, it was cancelled. Well, this week it was not on because of the racing. Fair enough. They do have, you know, prior commitments like a racetrack because it's at the racetrack. Okay. So I was going to go to Skellington for a second time and then it started raining and I was like, nah. I went to Hull because that was the only place in the local area that was forecast to not rain until about 10:30. I got there, I spent some money, and then it started pouring down. I went home. I wasn't there maybe more than half an hour. So I'll show you what I got. And I'll do it now. No SpongeBob. Actually, it's not SpongeBob transition, is it? It's like the French geezer that does the transitions on the SpongeBob transitions. It doesn't sound quite right, does it? Okay, so. Oh dear, not the camera stand. So I'll show you what I got. As I pulled up, first thing I saw was the guy with the green van. Now, most of these other traders, they're there to make money on what they've got, and they're buying it in from somewhere else, and they're buying it in from people like the green van man, and they're there to make a profit on every single item, which is fair enough. I mean, that's what I do for a living, and they do it for a living. I don't care. The man with the green van isn't there to do that. He's there to get rid of everything in the van, and he prices accordingly. So I've had really nice stuff from him before, and I'll show you what I got this week. First thing first was this. It's Sony, and it's called a CFSE14L. Got a nice aerial. I've had it working. The radio works and the tape doesn't. And I have exactly this model in silver with exactly the same problem. The radio works and the tape doesn't. This is dirty, but it'll clean up. But I probably will clean it up because I can sell one or both for spares of repair. I actually have the same model again in cream. I got that, and I got this camera. This is a Konica Z Up 115E. I haven't tested it yet, so bear with me. Back opens lovely, it's nice and clean. There isn't a mark on it, so I would assume that it would work. Let me just open the battery compartment. I have opened the battery compartment. It's clean, but the battery is dead. So I'm going to go over there, and I'll probably cut it out because it might take me 30 seconds to find the battery. And I know that the ones in the particular drawer are charged up. So bear with me a second.
5 minutes later.
Right, I found 3. We'll have a go. This one should work. I've used it recently, but it's not working. Okay, never mind. Prong in, open up. These Duracells are designed to last until 2014, so we'll see whether they last another 9 years after that. They don't look used at all. Doesn't mean they work. Ah! It's working. Look at the bloody long distance on that, the throw on the zoom. Oh, wait a minute. You can't focus. What am I doing wrong? Mode. Auto. Flash only. Let's see if that works. It could be because there's no battery, there's no film in it. Anyway, it's turning on. It's closing the zoom shutter. These are about 30 quid. Maybe only 25. Working, obviously. It is working. So up to now we've got that and that. And we also have a box set of Harry Potter. It's only a 4-book set, but the box is nice and clean. They are red, but only fairly lightly. One of them doesn't look red at all, and the first 3 have all been red. And a box set of Game of Thrones Season 4, but it doesn't have the cardboard sleeve on the outside with the extra writing on and all that sort of stuff. It's just the box set. All the discs are there though. And that, the 4 items, was £2. Like I said, he doesn't mince his words and he doesn't charge a lot and he gets rid of the lot. So that wasn't bad at all. And I went round and I found this. This is a Amazon Fire Stick, but it's only the basic first generation and doesn't have a power supply. Power supply stand is a USB adapter and lead, micro USB, which I can add in, but I might not even bother because everybody's got them. These are going for like £15. I could probably get £10 delivered for that in a heartbeat. Assuming it works, I will have to plug it in and test it with my own power supply, a USB lead from the back of the TV into that. You can do that with them. So there's no power leads coming out anywhere else. So that was £2, that's £4 spent. And then I was digging around in a box full of wires, because I like doing that, you know that. I'm a sucker for a box full of wires. And what I was looking for was a figure 8 for that, and for any other figure 8s I could find. And there are some. So I was like digging around and I got 2 out. And I said, how much? And she's like, £1. And I thought, well, if I dig another one out and say, can I have 3 for £1? She'd be alright with that. So I'm digging around, still digging, and I found another one. I'm like, still digging around. And she says, do you want the rest of it? And I'm like, I don't know, how much? And she's like, £5 on top of the £1 you've given me already. And I'm like, oh. How about £5 including that? Because I just found another one there. And she's, oh, okay then, alright. So I got the whole box full. So I've got 4 figure 8s there, which is like, to me, £1.50's worth normally. What I had seen is a couple of these in the wire. These go for about £8 or £10. This is a Braun charger, and here's another one, exactly the same, with a 2-pin end. And then there's a third one, which is a different number. It's a smaller one, but it's Braun again, genuine. I'm sure it works fine. But they've also got extension cable, so that's a 4-piece extension, a single extension cable, some coax, an aerial coax, some more coax. That's for a PC. That's another figure 8. So that's 5 figure 8s. Something for a bike. Some Samsung earphones which are going straight in the bin. Sorry, bin. Well, that's the floor, but they're going in the bin. Well, what I'll do is I'll cut the ends off and keep the wire, because eventually I do have a box full of cut up wire, and it will you know, you can recycle it for scrap copper. There's an RCD, which I've tested and it works fine. Oh, I'll put all those bits on the side here because this is full of good stuff I'm going to wrap. Little bag full of elastic bands. This is all for a £5, don't forget. Phone line. Stapler. Cat 5. There's a power supply. Yeah, I looked this one up. These are going for £9 or £10. What's this one called? Gentech Technologies. Yeah, I looked up the number. It's half a dozen photos. I've done the listing already. There's a TV aerial, what do they call them? Amplifier. It's called Antiference. PSF 1200. Yeah. I don't think that's really modern technology anymore. Cycle repair outfit. I don't know. I'll probably go in one of those 50p boxes next time I'm at the car boot. I don't think anybody would buy it, but you never know. Might just give it away to somebody. A load of TV aerials, adapters. But I did see something else as well. There's 4 different socket adapters. One's a 3-way and then there's 3 2-way ones. They're always useful. Especially when you've already got a trailing lead that's got like 6 plugs in it. Yeah. that reminds me of behind my television and in front of my where I sit and test things. And then there's this, which is another aerial booster, but it's a booster splitter, 2-way. And this one recently sold for £12.95, including delivery on eBay. So actually it was a single way. This is a 2-way. It's basically the same, but it's got 2 plug sockets. For analog aerial distribution, I don't know whether it does it for digital. I've got a feeling it just boosts whatever signal it's got, so it might do it for digital. Another trailing lead. A plug with a lead and nothing else. This is what I was talking about. The copper in that, even when you don't strip it, is recyclable, and they will pay you by weight with the wire and the plastic on, which is because copper is so expensive. If you didn't know, copper has had, well, and brass, because brass is basically zinc and copper mixed together mostly. Yeah, it's really, really expensive these days. Far more than anything steel, stainless steel, lead, anything like that. This stuff, well worth recycling. More wire. This I won't recycle though. This is an adapter cable for a Samsung phone / tablet. Yeah. They're only £4 or £5, but you know. Make it. Earpieces for Samsung. Nah. Bin. I think it's just too old. Actually, it might be a Nokia. It's NKI. Well, if it's Nokia, I'll have to find a name on it somewhere. There's a number, but 6110, 5110. That's a Nokia, isn't it? Well, there's a chance, isn't there? It's an earpiece set. Doesn't look used. Oh, well, it doesn't look dirty. There is one, there's a Nokia earpiece set, but it's the one with the jack plug. And brand new. Some red laces. They always come in handy, red laces. Bin. Plastic bits, bin. Plugs, again, always come in handy. Especially if you find bits with the wires cut off. Cat 5 cable. But what I did see was 2 other things. Oh, there's another Samsung adapter, but it's AV adapter. Couple of bulbs, all the usual junk you find in the bottom of somebody's electrical drawer. Some more socket, some more plugs. Yeah. Another Samsung adapter. There was one other thing, there's two other things that caught my eye. Here we go. One's a electronic adapter air antenna. Don't know whether this is the whole antenna, but this is the lead that plugs into your hi-fi, and I think this is the antenna itself. I'm not sure. That might be the F. Don't know how these work. It says VHF, UHF, AFM, AM, FM. Made in Taiwan. Who knows? And this, which is what I spotted in the box that let me think, yeah, I'll have it for a £5. This is a Nokia. It's a pair of speakers, which you plug in with a jack plug. There's a few marks here and there on it. It's not as good as if it was brand new and unmarked. I've checked it. 3 batteries. It's got a little amplifying circuit in, and if you turn it on, there's a little light on the front. It's quite loud, and it's called a Nokia MD8. Last one that sold was 30 quid, which was, yeah, I'll have it for that any day of the week. So the whole lot cost me a £5. This is the sort of thing that you can go through and find value, and then it fits in the back like that while you're storing it. You can find value. Like I said, the last one sold for 30 quid. There's a few marks here and there on this. Somebody's opened it at the front here. So if I got 20, I'm very happy on that. The Lab Gear Booster, the RCD, they would sell. I think I'll keep the RCD. They're always handy, this sort of thing. There's, what, 4 extension leads. One with a trailing lead of 6 plugs. 4 plugs. All the figure 8s. And then load of copper, which I can recycle eventually once I've got a tub full. There's no point taking it back to recycling when you've got like 3 kilos. It's not hardly worth driving over there. But when you do drive into a major city and it's there to have, it's well worth doing. At, I can't remember what the price is currently. Bear with me a second, I'll find out. I'll cut the bit out while I'm looking. PVC wire is £1.90 a kilo. Stripped copper wire is £5.90 a kilo. However, are you going to sit there and strip hundreds and hundreds of wires? No, you're not. £1.90 a kilo. A tub will weigh 20 to 30 kilos. Yeah. So it's well worth doing. Low grade electrical cables are £1.05 a kilo, but high grade is £2.20 a kilo. So 190 PVC wire it's okay. You know, not bad at all. Per kilo, like I say, a couple of tubfuls in the back of the car, you could be looking at 100 quid. Easy. Well worth having. Okay, that's all my pickups. You've seen all that's going out, and yeah, I think I'm going to have to say go and get listing for yourselves. I'm going to go and get this wrapped and then carry on listing. A lot of the smaller stuff here in these electrical gear, it's going to be literally 3 photos and 2 lines of description. Actually, I've already done the description on, well, I've copied the description on half a dozen of them, so that won't be difficult. And then I'm carrying on with things like repairing more of those little thesauruses and getting them on this week as well. The board games haven't shifted. I think it obviously is the wrong time of year for them. It's just as simple as that. Hold my hands up and say I was wrong on that. There again, I didn't put many on, so maybe it's just the stuff that's sold this week had a few days to attract somebody before they got paid, which is true. These were all listings from the week before, so they'd been on, or both of these electricals were on listings from the week before, and so were my 2 adapters. The bunny has been on for about a month, so yeah, what else? Oh, This was only a week old, but it was on before the board game, so has had more views. And I've only got one set of Duplo on, but it has had a bid. So I've got at least 4 or 5 sets. They're not sets, they're bundles. They'll be like a kilo, 180 pieces or something like that. At my feet, in bags, ready to go. Once I've cleared this lot. More stuff to do, as ever. It never stops, does it? Right, I've waffled on enough. Thank you for all the subscriptions, people who've already just subscribed. If you haven't and you're considering it, it's free, you know. It's as simple as that. It's free. Right, you can, even if you don't subscribe, please click the like button because the algorithm loves it. And I tried to buy a webcam on the cheap this week, but I got outbid, so I'll probably just buy it now. A decent one. I'm not getting one of these ones that will make it look funny. Or a wire for my GoPro. I found out you can use your GoPro 3 as a webcam as long as you've got the right connectors, adapters and all that sort of business. So I might get a capture card for like $8.99 plus a wire and have a go with that. Okay then, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next week if I don't see you sooner. In fact, I'm thinking about putting one out in the middle of the week as well, but it won't be about what I've bought. It might be a repair or what I've got to do with listing video. Okay, speak again. Bye. Don't forget this bit.